Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Grizzly Bear Sims YouTube channel. Welcome back to beautiful and very hardworking Lawfolds, Scotland. This is episode number 58 and we are busy at work here harvesting our cornfield just right over there. We've got other hired workers that are about the farm. We've got Courseplay basically seeding the field down below us here in oilseed radish. And I will just quickly bring up our progress screen here just to let you know. I think the last time that we were together for episode number 57, we were doing some different odd things. We had a couple of different things going on. We had Courseplay harvesting the canola in field number 31, and then we were sort of bouncing around fixing Courseplay mess ups, and then also I think we were seeding field number 34 in oilseed radish. I put up a live stream recently and we did field number 27 in that live stream, harvested that canola, and then also I harvested the wheat down in field number 33, got that all picked up, and we've now got a hired worker down there seeding oilseed radish in that field. So we're basically working in field number 32, which is the last field that we have available to harvest at this particular point in time. Field number 32, we've made a couple of passes around it off camera, and I just wanted to bring you all in for this episode. And so really we need time. We need time to come by, and basically we'll probably be in the very next game day whenever we do come back together. Just simply because we don't have any other crops that will be available to harvest at this particular point in time until the next game day. And I've left the forecast screen up there for you just so that maybe you can stress over it just a little bit and take away some of that stress that I'm feeling. As we look at that forecast, we see that we've got rain coming tomorrow. Tomorrow is the midpoint of fall or autumn. We are playing with I think he may be empty. That's good. Okay. Well, we will just leave our tractor here. We're kind of going to do this ourselves this afternoon here, if we can squeeze by and get into our combine here and get going here. So thank you all so much for watching. I do appreciate you coming back for my episodes, and I hope that I provide you with good information, good commentary, some good clean fun, as I like to consider it. You know, I jokingly, I posted this on my Facebook page. By the way, if you are interested in following me on Facebook, you can certainly do that. Likewise, I'm on Twitter as well. I think the links are down below the video. If they're not, I'll try to fix that. But anyway, I know that you can get to my Facebook and my Twitter pages by looking up in the banner on YouTube. I've got links there. But anyway, I posted on Facebook not too long ago, and it was sort of a joke, but actually there's a little bit of reality to it as well. But I posted and I said, you know, looking for free childcare. Basically, set your child or your grandchild down in front of a computer screen, or maybe even a smart TV, and dial up the Grizzly Bear Sims YouTube channel and put on a series like Lawfolds. That's 50, will be 58 episodes with this one. We've probably got about 3 or 4 more episodes left, and I'll maybe explain what I'm thinking about that here momentarily. But set them down and you've got good, clean, wholesome fun. You know, I will never say that I am as talented as Andy Griffith of Mayberry fame, but I do subscribe to the idea that we need more Mayberry in our lives than we possibly need some of the other stuff that we see on television today. And if you disagree with that, well, we'll just have to agree to disagree. But if you grew up in my generation, or even generation earlier, then I believe that you will agree with me that the good wholesome fun that we had in growing up, or at least the good wholesome entertainment that we had on our televisions growing up as children, with like shows like the Waltons and Little House on the Prairie, and of course these are US based shows, so I'm sure that for those of you that are across the pond from me, living in the UK or in Europe or elsewhere, even down under in Australia, whatever, you probably had shows that were a lot more wholesome, a lot more family oriented, without a lot of the complex issues that we seem to be dealing with in today's types of television entertainment and stuff like that. Then you were fortunate. I was fortunate. I must say I was fortunate to have basically had the privilege, had the opportunity to grow up in a world where I could watch, you know, some of that kind of entertainment. So just kind of keeping an eye on my grain tank there, coming up on 75%. I don't know if we'll make it back around to our tractor tipper or not. But anyway, so yeah, that weather forecast does concern me just a little bit, only simply because, you know, I don't know, let me just bring it back up again, I don't know with any degree of certainty if those soybean and sunflower fields that we still have left to harvest, and there's one of them right over there, that's a big one, of soybeans, I do believe, will be available to harvest tomorrow. Fingers crossed it will be, and here's sort of my plan. If, you know, I'm gonna go to bed tonight, say my prayers and everything after the missus cooks me a very nice dinner of some sort, and gonna obviously say my prayers and try to remember to keep my eye on the grain tank there as I let it overfill. But and I'll just I'm gonna just teleport into this tractor here, so bear with me. And hopefully, just hopefully, that those crops will be available to harvest. And if they are, then good. And if they're not, then we may have some problems, because look at what Sunday's in the forecast. We've got snow coming. So as you all know, because I've certainly told you all this many times, here on Lawfolds we are playing a three game day season. On Lone Star we're playing a 6 game day season, so it's possible that you know, we're sort of pressurizing ourselves in the simple fact that, you know, if we were playing with more game days per season, we would have more opportunity for better weather in between the days that it's showing rain and snow. But I'm hoping that the rain comes later. That's what the weather forecasters are talking about. Now, whether they're accurate or not, who really knows? I would certainly like to have a job where I can be about 50% accurate with what I tell people, with what I do and such, and that would be kind of cool. But in any event, we're going to just do it as we can do it and see what happens. You know, if we can get it harvested, we can get it harvested. So if tomorrow morning when I wake up, and of course we will be waking up with maybe even before the chickens, it's possible that we may even walk around to the chicken coop and say, hey boys, girls, it's time to get up and start laying some eggs. But if it's not raining, and if those crops are ready to be harvested, then we will be getting after it quite quickly, and maybe even consider renting a combine. I have some good hired help that tells me that they understand how to operate a combine, and hopefully will be available to help us out here on the farm, and get them all set up, get them employed, and get things going. Because let's just do a count really quick here. We've got one, this is our least field number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fields to harvest. Now these two over here will be 28 and 29. Those are easy peasy. Field number 30, that's our little soybean test field. So we may or may not be able to get to that. Sort of depends on when that's going to come ready. 26 is a big field. 3 is a big field. 4 doesn't look that big, but it's pretty good size. So we've got a lot of fields to do, and we need to try to get those done in the game day, because if the rain occurs, you know, if the rain in Spain But if the rain in Scotland occurs as it's forecasted to, that's going to basically knock us out of commission for while it's raining on Saturday. So let's say it starts raining around 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. I would hope it waits till that long. If it starts raining then, with that snow in the forecast on Sunday, I'm assuming that rain's going to turn into snow. That's going to basically end our fall harvest season right there. That's going to come to a screeching halt. So again, as you can understand, you can appreciate my stress, my concerns, my wanting to get this done and get this done as quickly as possible. So hopefully that will be the way that it will be. Now, about the number of episodes remaining for this series. So this is episode number 58, as I've said about a dozen times now, I think. Obviously, this episode is going to consist of just us doing pretty much this, rinsing and repeating. I'm telling you some things, and you're watching me harvest some corn here in this field. So that's what this episode is going to be about, if you haven't already figured that out as we approach our halfway point. Most likely, and I guarantee you, this will be the last episode for this game day. So our animals are all good, everything is good, everything has been done that we need to do, not only to ensure the success of the farm for the next owner that comes along, but also our own needs and everything. And so when we come together for episode number 59, we will be in the mid-autumn game day. So again, fingers crossed, we'll have some harvest or some fields that will be able to be harvested. And then we will be, at that particular point in time, we'll do one harvest on episode that will most likely be what episode 59 will be about. We'll be probably harvesting soybeans if they're available. And then I may do a live stream at some point or I may not, I don't know, it just depends on my schedule. But I will do a lot of stuff off camera, and then may bring us back together for sort of a final harvest episode where we will maybe pick up in a field that I've done about 50% of the harvest on, and then come together, and then we will basically do that, and that will be, let's say, episode 59. That'll be like episode 60. And then sort of depending on, at that particular point in time, it really depends on what that snow forecast does. Now look at that snow forecast. We've got snow in the forecast Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, so that is late fall, early winter, midwinter, late winter. We cannot transport any grain from our silos. And there goes me not paying attention again. We cannot transport any grain in our silos if it is snowing, okay? We cannot run the risk of that grain getting wet, and we do not have a covered fill point, and we do not bother owning tarps or anything like that because they're just basically a pain. So we do not have, in other words, we do not have tarps for our Penta DB50s. We do own two Penta DB50s, and obviously we own two tractors that are capable of pulling these filled up with 50,000 liters of grain. So if we get a break in the snow and we get some good prices and everything, then obviously we will be selling some grain, and that will probably consist of an episode. And then we'll just kind of see at that point what we decide to do, and just go from there. So I'm kind of thinking that this whole entire series will probably be end at about episode 61 or maybe 62 at the latest. I don't think that it will have a need to go any further than that. It could, sadly, it could end much sooner than that, especially if our crops are not ready to harvest tomorrow morning. If for whatever reason they're not able to be harvested on the very first game day, or the mid-autumn point, which is the game day tomorrow, if they're not ready to do that, then well, we've potentially got a little problem that we'll have to see what we're going to do about, because I think that with that rain coming in, and if the crops are not able to harvest tomorrow morning, with that rain that we know most likely will come in, with the snow coming in on Sunday, that's going to basically keep us in a wet crop condition for probably until Sunday. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll do the best that we can. So here we are. We're basically finished with this field. We've got this cornfield completed. We're going to basically jump back into our New Holland here through the ability of teleportation, and we're going to drive this to the silo. The other thing that I was noticing with the more realistic mod was the slippage factor between the tractor and tipper when it had a load to it, and just simply, you know, we've got to understand here that what I'm seeing, what I'm looking at here as far as the condition of my farm is that we haven't had rain for a couple of days, and the ground should be dry. The ground should basically be, you know, this gravel area here would form a good traction point between the tire and the ground. And I was just sort of seeing the tractor and the tipper, especially the tractor, behaving much more different than I think that it should with the more realistic mod. So again, I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm going to sort of watch it. I'm going to, you know, stay tuned to some of the threads that are being talked about, and I will try to continue to play this game as realistic as possible. That's within my control. And we will just continue to have fun here on this map as I've laid out. This series is soon to end, and we will see what the weather is going to do. So I would say come back again very soon. Basically, this is, you're watching this on Monday. So on Wednesday, we will come back with episode number 59, and we will know on Wednesday. By the way, at this particular point in time, I do not know what the weather is going to do. I have not fast forwarded the game to sort of take a peek and see if the crops are going to be ready or see if it's going to be raining. So I do not know, but obviously I will be doing that momentarily after I finish all this up and get the game, everything saved up. I will go ahead and fast forward and prep for episode 59. I won't be recording episode 59 today, but I will at least prep for it, and so we will know what the conditions of things are at that particular point in time, and hopefully everything will work to our advantage and we will be able to get in here and hit it hard and get everything done that needs to be done and get all of our crops in. That would be a very good way of finishing off extremely beautiful, extremely easy to play, nice to play. I mean, this has been a joy for me to play this map. I've got to say, to Stussy or Stussy, I'm not sure how you pronounce the name, but man, and I don't know if you are an individual or if you are a team of people that have worked on this map, but I have got to say that, man, oh man, you hit this one out of the park. A baseball analogy there for you all. Basically, when a slugger steps up to the plate and hits a baseball, if it hits it out of the park, it's obviously a home run, and we often use that analogy to describe things that are truly amazing, truly awesome, in saying that, man, you hit that one out of the park. That means a good thing. And so that's exactly what this map has been. I sort of recognized it from almost minute one, day one, minute one, when I first stepped foot on this beautiful map. So thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate you tuning in. I hope you guys understand the reasonings behind me pulling those two mods out of my play. I will also be doing the same thing for these mods on Lone Star as well, because again, I will just continue to follow the progress of these things, and we will do what we need to do, and if it gets improved, if things change, then obviously we will try them again and see how it all works out. But so until next time, until we come together for episode number 59 on Wednesday, might want to I'm going to be saying a little prayer for the rain to stay away just long enough for us to get the crops in, and hopefully I'll also say I hope that the crops are basically ready to harvest tomorrow. So that will certainly be obviously a good thing if they are ready. So I think maybe they will be. I tell you what, before I put the combine in there, we'll just do this, and I'll do that here momentarily. But we'll run up here to this sunflower field here and check this out and see what it says. 85%. So hopefully it will be ready to go. I suppose if for whatever reason, if it's not, we could always chop it for chaff, but man, I don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that. I want to basically be able to harvest this stuff as it is, and be able to get the crop out of it and everything. So we'll find out what happens, and we'll find out together. So thank you all for watching. I'm gonna let you all watch me put this header in here, because I know that a few times I did this and I just dropped it on the ground. So I'm going to do this correctly, and you guys can see parking brake on, and I'm going to lower the header down, and then we're going to disconnect from it and pull this back just a little ways and shut it off. All right, well, thank you all so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and we'll just have to find out tomorrow, or actually on Wednesday, episode 59, what the weather is going to do for us. So thank you all so much for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. God bless you all. Take care. Bye-bye.